a girl a-running in a group. She had a high-speed motor in a 40 Ford coupe. She had a racing cam and a supercharged. Look at Buddy, hot rod at large. She's a hot rod. She's a hot rod. She's my hot rod.
AM 1420, 95.1 FM, WIMS, Talk of the South Shore. Big George, what is going on this morning, my friend?
What's happening, Rick? What's going on over there? Sounds like you're having fun today.
Well, you know what? We have a party, and there's always a party going on here, and you understand a great craft beer. You understand a great meat or a great wine. You're more of a beer man, but I got to tell you, the most vendors ever at Corkscrew and Brew this upcoming Saturday, and you just heard Beth on the air with Jackie. We're getting ready to rock and roll, so intertwined right after your show jumps off the air Saturday morning. Jackie will be live for a couple of hours, and then guess what Jackie does for the next 3+ after that? Parties like a rock star. Come on.
You said the key word there, it's brew.
Yeah, you're not kidding.
Ice cold beer.
Sounds so good for an early morning. Did you hear about that guy? It's actually made CBS News. Guy is basically given up, for Lent, practicing Catholics. Anybody out there knows that you try to do something well or, give to the poor or just do something good each day, right? So this guy said he's going to give up eating and all he's going to do is drink beer for 40 days. What do you think about that?
That's what I did.
Huh?
I gave up not drinking beer.
Okay, see? I know people that used to give up watermelon, and I'm sorry, dear Lord, I love you more than anything. I say a rosary every day. You know that I pray daily. I'm all about making a difference in the lives of others. And yes, I'm just, you know what? In my latter years, even the last few years, I always try to do great things every day, no matter what. All days of the year.
I know you are. But you know what? You got to remember, Rick, you're Catholic. I'm Lutheran.
Okay.
That's Catholic light.
Okay, that's Catholic light.
We don't have, we cheat.
There's not much difference between Catholics and Lutherans. You know that.
I know.
Okay.
But we're light. We're a lot lighter. We cheat.
Mm-hmm.
we don't do it right.
I want to ask you, I ran into someone yesterday and they were saying, I listen to Big George's show every Wednesday evening. Great. 928 Car Guys if you have a question for Big George. But I'll tell you, the one thing that people are freaking out about, because they've kind of done a 180, Tesla. They had said recently that they were going to only sell online. Then they came out with this version of one of their cars in the mid-30s range. Now they're going back to more storefronts. What do you hear about that? Anything you could throw into the mix?
Oh, yeah. Tomorrow night I've got a good portion of the show. As every once in a while, Tesla takes over all the car headlines, and he's done it again. I must have had 5 pages on Tesla yesterday when I was doing the show. And I got to tell you, I think it's time to stick a fork in him, Rick.
Yep.
This guy cannot run a company. I'm sorry. God bless me. I said that. That's my opinion. But every time you turn around, his employees are suing him or the government's suing him. Now he's going to China.
Okay.
He's decided he's going to build his cars in China because there he can build 10,000 units a week.
Wow.
Well, you know what? Yeah, you can. You're only paying those people 50 cents an hour.
Wow.
He's just something else. I mean, the guy is – and there's a couple new startup companies. Some of them right there in Michigan, one in Detroit called Rivian. And they are focusing on pickup trucks and small SUVs, electric with 400-mile range and much more affordable. And just, good stuff. Elon just jumped in there and tried to be the hero right away, and he grandstanded. Rick, he became the P.T. Barnum of the car world.
Unreal. Big George on the air, Ric Federighi, WIMS. Wednesday evenings, 5 p.m. on WIMS, 6 p.m. WHFB. Then, of course, the encore presentation Saturday mornings, 10 a.m. and 11 a.m. respectively on the 2 stations. Big George on the recall list. I know, man, you have been all over recall. Anything that jumps out at you this week that you're going to kind of expand on?
9 pages.
Wow.
I took 9 pages yesterday morning of recall dictation. It's crazy.
Holy
and it's all
God.
high-end stuff. Big cars, expensive cars, the kind of Federighi's drive.
Yeah, give me a break.
Lincolns and Cadillacs.
I knew you would say something like that. Come on.
Last week, we said goodbye to the Ford Taurus. As the last one rolled down the line there in Chicago, I told everybody about it. A silver one with a moonroof, it's gone. And that's the last Taurus they're going to see. Well, guess what? This week, it's the Chevy Cruze.
You're kidding.
No, Chevy Cruze is going the way of the dinosaur. As of this week, it's done.
Was that
Icons in Americana. I mean, stuff that just bing, 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 bing.
Okay, let
Cruise
me ask
took
you.
the place of the Cavalier, which was uber popular, you know.
Yeah, it was. And how about the Cruise? Because the Cruise is huge popular because it was affordable.
Oh, absolutely. You could, or say, wait, you could buy a Cruise for kids going to college.
Yes.
Or under 20 grand, you get a brand new car for 4 years of college that you, as a parent, didn't have to worry about.
Yeah. No, I'm with you on that.
And you know how that works. It makes a big difference because that gets expensive.
It sure does. So talk to me.
Repairs are more than buying a car.
Speaking of repairs, we go into spring. What would you throw out there to folks that just made it through the crazy polar vortex winter, now into spring? Anything that we should be doing with our cars, trucks, vehicles, kind of like a maintenance thing. What do you think?
Well, remember this, and you need to have somebody that knows what they're looking for to check it. All winter, they've been plowing snow with the big snow plows, throwing garbage and debris all up in the air and in the snow and everything. And guess whose radiator in front of their car sucks it up as they go by? Your car.
Yep.
You need to get somebody to get in there and make sure that there's nothing clogged in there. Everything is in good shape in the front of your engine, because that's all been, the plows have been throwing snow and debris at you for 3 months now.
Holy cow.
That's real important. Otherwise, you're going to have an overheating problem this summer.
Yeah. I was going to ask you, too, as well, when you're talking about radiators, I kind of got a little confused. You were gracious enough to do work, as always, on my car, which I absolutely love. I trust you guys. Ronnie is so good. Your whole staff is just absolutely phenomenal. I love when people walk in and out of there. It's all the folks that come in there because they trust you, they love you. What is on a lot of the older cars and even on the trucks, do they have where you're supposed to fill up not only your this might be a dorky question to you, but for just people out there, windshield solvent and your radiator fluid? Is there specific levels? Do they have them marked on the plastic containers?
Absolutely. Well, the windshield solvent that's a pour in when it's empty type of thing.
Okay, cool.
That's not a measurable, that's not a scientific measurement. But the radiator has an expansion and contraction factor because when antifreeze gets warm, it expands, and as it cools down, it gets smaller. And there's a line on the bucket. There's a nylon or plastic bucket inside under the hood. It's a reservoir. It's called recovery reservoir. There's a line that says full when hot, full when cold.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what you have to go by. That's where you want to put your antifreeze when it's needed, or take some out when it's too much.
Absolutely wonderful. Big George also takes questions on his live show. Wednesday evenings, 9 to 8, Car Guys, encore presentation. Saturday mornings, 10 a.m., right after Burning Issues. Jeff and Julie have the next few weekends off. We got a couple surprises we're going to be pulling through as we get through the next few Saturdays. Big George, of course, on at 10 a.m. on WIMS Saturday mornings, 11 a.m. on our brother station, WHFB, free tune-in app. Of course, WIMSradio.com, WHFBradio.com, and Facebook Live. And, I'm just going to throw this out there to you. Do not be pushing those buttons, young man, with smoking the stogie on the air, because there's a law in radio and on visual that you can't actually, it's not that, people like you and I don't care. It's actually a law that you can't smoke in a studio when using a broadcast license.
Okay, well, that was my answer.
Okay, but do you know what I'm saying?
That was my answer. I asked everybody. I even asked my cat, and nobody knew if it was legal or not.
What's your cat's name?
Carl.
Really? For real?
Yeah.
How long have you had that cat?
Oh boy, he's got. Oh, I tell you what, he's got cat boxes older than me. He's old.
You want to ask me what the name of my cat is? No, don't even go there.
This is the family that names their cars. Come on.
You know what? As a man, I don't know if any of the men out there name their trucks, cars, whatever, their beasts, their race cars. I have never, not once in, 36 years of driving, I'm 52. I've never named a car or a truck or anything. I've never had a vanity license plate. I could care less. But I don't know. There are a lot of people out there that name their cars. Jackie, do you name your car, your truck? Do you have a name? You have a name for it?
Sure, she does.
No, she doesn't. She just said no,
really?
Big George. She says hi, Big George, from the newsroom.
Yeah, I call my car a few names, but I don't have a name.
Right. Exactly. But also I thank my truck and my cars all the time when I'm driving them because I do so many miles. I literally go, thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Oh, yeah, you're a frequent flyer. You need to be thankful for your vehicle.
I thought you were going to say you're a freak in that too.
No.
Wow. Come on, mama. All right. All right. We will talk to you again really soon live on the dial Wednesday evenings, 5 p.m. WIMS, 6 p.m. WHFB. Encore Saturday mornings, 10 and 11, respectfully. And it is always great to see you. Before I let you ride, someone just said, what is Big George's March article about in Region Rides? Good morning, Mark H., who's listening right now. What is your article about this month in the magazine?
Oh, the Region Rides. That's all about getting all things ready for the, and it's about getting ready for spring plus March. I actually think March is probably my favorite month because it's the one that tells me, hey, winter's over, summer's coming, get ready for the car season.
Yes.
And I just get excited.
All right.
An old man's fancy turns to hot rods and octane and horsepower. And I just love it.
Get ready because we're going to be doing a big car show up at WHFB. We'll do one on the confines of WIMS, car clubs and car shows between Chicago, Indiana, Michigan. You guys know it, love it, breathe it, live it. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful rest of the week. And thanks for all the great things and cool new surprises along the way coming up on Big George's show. Tune in Wednesday evenings at 5 p.m. right here on WIMS. Thanks, George.
Thank you, buddy. We're going to rock it.
Woo! AM 1420, 95.1 FM, WIMS, Michigan City, a Girard Media Company, streaming live at WIMSradio.com.